Have you ever wondered if she thinks about you when you're not around? Not in some desperate way, just quietly, in moments she doesn't expect. Maybe you've caught a look that lasted a second too long, or noticed how she remembers something small you said weeks ago, and part of you wonders if that means something, or if you're just reading into it. Here's what I want you to know. There are women who think about you more than they'll ever say out loud, and it's not always the obvious ones. It's not the ones who text first or make it easy. Sometimes the ones who are most careful, most guarded, are the ones whose thoughts keep circling back to you. And the truth is, most men miss it, because they're looking for the loud signals, the clear invitations. But attraction at this stage of life doesn't always announce itself. It hides in patterns, in pauses, in the way she shows up, over and over, without making a big deal out of it. So in this conversation, I'm going to walk you through 9 quiet signs that she's been thinking about you more than you realize. These aren't games. They're not tricks. They're just the ways women reveal interest when they're being careful, when they're protecting themselves, or when they're not even sure you've noticed yet. If this topic resonates with you, just comment yes. If it doesn't, comment no. I read every comment. I want to know if this mirrors what you've been experiencing. And if you find value in what we talk about today, I'd appreciate it if you'd like the video or subscribe. Not because I need the numbers, but because it helps me understand what's useful to you. And it helps this reach other men who might be wondering the same things you are. That's all. Let's keep going. So let's start with the first sign. She remembers details you don't expect her to remember. And I'm not talking about your birthday or where you work. I mean the small things. The offhand comment you made about a book you read in college. The way you take your coffee. The name of your dog from 15 years ago that you mentioned once in passing. This matters because memory is selective. We don't hold on to information unless it's attached to something that matters to us. According to research from the Association for Psychological Science, we remember details about people we're emotionally invested in far more accurately than people we're neutral about. It's not conscious. It's just how the brain prioritizes. So, when she brings up something you barely remember saying, that's not coincidence. That's her mind making space for you. It's her replaying conversations when she's alone. It's her wanting to know you well enough that the small things stick. And here's what most men miss. She won't make a big show of it. She'll just drop it into conversation like it's nothing. Like everyone remembers that kind of thing. But they don't. She does. Because you've been on her mind. The second sign is this. She finds reasons to be near you that don't require a reason. Maybe you run into her more often than chance would explain. Maybe she shows up to events you're at, even when it's not her usual scene. Maybe she takes the long way to her car just to pass where you're standing. Now, I'm not saying she's following you. I'm saying she's creating opportunities. Pew Research has noted in studies on adult dating behavior that proximity is still one of the strongest predictors of connection, even in the age of apps. People make themselves available to the people they're drawn to. They engineer overlap. And this is especially true for women who aren't sure how you feel yet. She won't ask you out. She won't text first. But she will make sure you have chances to notice her, to talk to her, to choose her if you want to. So, if you're seeing her more than logic would suggest, pay attention. That's not randomness. That's intention dressed up as coincidence. The third sign. She asks you questions that go deeper than small talk. Not in an interview way, but in a way that suggests she's trying to understand how you think, how you see the world, what shaped you. She might ask what you were like as a kid, or what you'd do differently if you could go back, or what you're working toward now that no one else knows about. These aren't casual questions. They're the kind you ask when you're trying to figure out if someone's world makes sense with yours. Research from the Gottman Institute, which has studied relationships for decades, shows that curiosity is one of the most reliable indicators of romantic interest. When someone wants to know your story, not just your status, that's a sign they're imagining a place for themselves in it. And here's the thing. She's not doing this to fill silence. She's doing it because your answers matter to her. because she's been thinking about who you are when she's not with you. And now she wants to confirm what she's imagined. Still with me? Comment 1 if this already makes sense. Now the fourth sign, and this one's subtle. She mirrors you, not in an obvious way. But if you lean back, she leans back. If you cross your arms, a minute later, so does she. If you speak a little slower, her pace adjusts too. This is called behavioral synchrony, and it's been studied extensively in social psychology. According to findings published by researchers at Stanford and NYU, people unconsciously mirror those they feel connected to or attracted to. It's the body's way of saying, "I'm with you. I'm on your wavelength." She's not doing it on purpose. She's doing it because her nervous system is paying attention to yours. Because she feels safer, more comfortable, more drawn in when she's aligned with you. And if you notice it, don't call it out. Just notice it. Because it means her body is already saying yes, even if her words haven't caught up yet. The fifth sign. She touches you in small, unnecessary ways. A hand on your arm when she laughs. A brush of her shoulder as she walks past. She fixes your collar or picks a piece of lint off your jacket. These aren't accidents. Touch is one of the most intimate forms of communication, and women are incredibly intentional about it. A study from the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that even brief, casual touch significantly increases feelings of connection and attraction between two people. She knows that. Maybe not consciously, but she knows. So when she reaches out, even in these small ways, she's testing the waters. She's seeing if you pull back or lean in. She's giving herself permission to be close to you in a way that feels innocent enough to deny, but meaningful enough to remember. And here's what you need to understand. If she's doing this, she's not just thinking about you. She's imagining what it would feel like to be closer. She's already rehearsed it in her mind. If you're finding value so far, let me know in the comments. It helps me understand what resonates with you. The sixth sign. She laughs at things you say that aren't that funny. And I don't mean she's faking it. I mean her threshold for amusement drops when she's around you. A slight observation becomes hilarious. A dry comment makes her smile in a way that lingers. This happens because humor is emotional, not logical. When we're drawn to someone, our brain releases dopamine in their presence, and that makes everything feel lighter. According to research from the University of Kansas, shared laughter is one of the strongest indicators of mutual attraction. But here's the thing. It doesn't have to be mutual yet. She's already there. So if you notice her laughing more with you than the moment seems to call for, that's not politeness. That's her enjoying you. That's her mind associating you with good feelings, even when nothing particularly funny is happening. She's not laughing at your joke. She's laughing because you made it. And if she teases you back, that's even more telling. Because teasing is intimate. It's a way of saying, I feel comfortable enough with you to play. I trust you not to take it the wrong way. That's the behavior of someone who's been imagining what ease between you would feel like. The seventh sign, and this one a lot of men overlook. She opens up to you about things she doesn't share with everyone. Maybe it's something from her past, a fear, a dream she hasn't said out loud, a struggle she's working through quietly. Vulnerability is a choice. And according to research from Brené Brown and her decades of work on connection, we only become vulnerable with people we believe will handle it with care. If she's telling you things she guards from others, that means she's been testing you in her mind, watching how you respond to smaller things, deciding you're safe. And here's what that really means. She's been thinking about you enough to imagine a version of the future where you know her. Not just the surface, the real parts, the complicated parts. She wouldn't risk that if you were just passing through her thoughts. So when she shares something personal, don't rush to fix it. Don't minimize it. Just listen. Because what she's really saying is, I trust you with this. And that trust didn't happen overnight. It happened in all the moments she's been replaying you in her head. Quick check-in. Does this match what you've noticed in your own life? Comment yes or not really. Now the 8th sign. She finds excuses to stay in conversation with you, even when the natural end has passed. Maybe you're both heading to your cars and she keeps talking. Maybe the event is over, but she's in no rush to leave. Maybe she asks one more question just as you're saying goodbye. This is called conversation extension, and it's been studied in the context of courtship behavior across cultures. People prolong interactions with those they don't want to leave. It's that simple. And women, especially women with experience, know how to do this without being obvious. She's not being needy. She's not being clingy. She's just not ready for the moment to end. Because when she's with you, she's present in a way she isn't with most people. And when it's over, she goes back to thinking about you instead of being with you. So she stretches it, just a little longer. If you've noticed this pattern, pay attention to how it feels. Is she relaxed? Is there a softness in her voice that wasn't there earlier? That's not nervousness. That's comfort. That's her being exactly where she wants to be. And the 9th sign, the one that might surprise you. She notices when you're off. Even when you think you're hiding it well. She'll ask if you're okay. Or she'll just look at you a little longer, like she's reading something no one else can see. This kind of attunement doesn't come from casual interest. According to research published in the journal Emotion, people are far more sensitive to shifts in mood and energy in those they care about. It's not magic. It's attention. It's her paying close enough attention that she notices the small changes in your tone, your posture, your energy. And here's what that tells you. She's not just thinking about you when you're in front of her. She's thinking about you enough to know your baseline, to know when something's different, to care enough to ask, even when it's easier not to. Most people don't do that. Most people are too wrapped up in their own experience to notice. But she does. Because you matter to her in a way she hasn't said yet. So let's pull this together. If you've noticed even a few of these signs, you're not imagining it. She's thinking about you. Maybe more than she's comfortable admitting. Maybe more than she's even fully aware of herself. And here's what I want you to understand. This doesn't mean you have to do anything. It doesn't mean you owe her a response or that you're supposed to make a move. It just means you're seen. You're noticed. You're thought about. And at this stage of life, that's not nothing. Because the truth is, most men your age have convinced themselves they've become invisible, that they don't have that pull anymore, that younger men have taken their place. And it's just not true. You have something that can't be rushed or faked. You have presence. You have substance. You have the kind of steady confidence that only comes from having lived. And women notice that. Not all women, but the ones who are done with performance and games and surface-level charm. The ones who want something real. They notice you. So if she's showing these signs, it's because she's been paying attention, and she's hoping quietly that you've been paying attention too. What's one thing you've learned about yourself with age? I'd genuinely like to hear. Drop it in the comments. I read everyone. And if this conversation resonated with you, I hope you'll subscribe. Not because I need it, but because it tells me you want more of these honest, grounded conversations. And I'd like to keep having them with you. Share your thoughts below. Tell me if this matched your experience or if I missed something you've noticed. I'm here. I'm listening. See you in the next conversation.